we're coming up on like 1 year of operating as Ghost Coast Video. It's been just a great year. I always love when I have time to hang out and talk about both what we've gotten done and what we can do for other people. If you're watching this, you're interested in showcase videos, which are just taking that entire year of progress that you've made and making it something that you can watch and share with your most valuable relationships, the donors, the volunteers, the bottleneckers at your year-end gala. Uh, and this is also really good for stuff like case studies. It's good for impact reports. It's good for just anything where you need to justify your existence and you have just scraps of paper and pictures of events and very strong emails. And how do you compile that without driving yourself crazy? I'm here with Kennedy Cooper, who's the co-founder here at Ghost Coast Video. Say hi to everyone, Kennedy.
Hey, everybody. Not only are we coming up on 1 year of being in business together, but we're actually coming up on 5 years of making content together.
Yeah.
We know a thing or two about making great content that gets results, gets engagement, gets traction over the past 5 years. We've learned a lot. One of the things that we've learned to do is how to make great showcase videos. Now, this is a video that you can take to the end of the year for your organization and let everybody know what it is that's so great about your organization, what you did this year, what you've accomplished, which goals you met, which goals you hope to meet next year, all of the above.
I want to talk a little bit about what we are and what we do because it sets just the stage for what we're going to show, which we're going to show you in this video. Our presentation for Detroit Action, who said goodbye to their longtime executive director, Brandon Snyder. And it's a great video. I'm really looking forward to showing it. Let's talk about ourselves, which I also love to do. We're Ghost Coast Video, video that inspires action.
Yeah, video that inspires action. What does that mean? It means video that gets results, not just clicks, not just likes, but actual people getting involved in your mission, people coming to events, people donating. That's what Ghost Coast Video is all about, is finding ways to connect you to new audiences that actually want to participate in your programs and things of that nature, using the power of viral video.
Yeah, it's not always just about having a camera, although it helps, and it's not always just about having an eye for production, although that helps, but it's just the complex systems of landing pages, social media platforms, CRMs, just all of the practical steps that go to making someone uh, really just a loyal follower. And you have to do that because when you're working from scratch or you're trying to go from being a friend group to a group that can take on a city, you've got to do it. You've got to be your own best advocate. And we've kind of done that. And we put a team of people together who do that as specialists. And I guess what are some of the things that make us special and stand out here?
Well, this isn't a paint by numbers or machine learning based firm. This is real people. This is people that will get to know your cause. Everybody that works here is an organizer. And so when we work with nonprofits, we don't just send you content, take a check, that's it. We meet with you to discover your greatest priorities, needs, issues, what's passionate in your community, what's happening in specific neighborhoods around you, things of that nature. We'll get to know your causes intimately in a way that most marketing firms just can't offer you because they're not a combination political organizing and marketing firm the way we are.
Yeah, and one of the cool things about it is we've spent so much time building and tuning and perfecting these systems for outreach, for social media, for production, that it's really just a matter of like we dole out some of our hours and we learn about these projects and we put it into our system and things just kind of work. And we had to learn all this stuff ourselves. We did a podcast after George Floyd. We've also both got backgrounds in organizing. And as we talk to people, we've had just literally hundreds of conversations. And we find these same points have come up over and over again. People feeling like their cause is misunderstood, or the people who are dealing with the problems aren't the people who are being able to address or speak about the problems. Or you're repeating yourself all of the time. There are so many people who need to hear your message, and you can only talk to so many of them a day in your own unique way. Or you have a system where there are 2 or 3 people in the cat lovers club who really know how to run the club, and you have an outer circle of people who believe in the cause but don't always know how to plug in. And taking some of these things and putting in a format where people can see it and interact with it is not always easy.
Especially because people learn things different ways, people absorb information in different forms. You can't count on just one message alone, no matter how good it is, reaching everybody. Even if it's an amazing message, you've got to diversify your messaging. You've got to provide different means for people to interact with you. And you've got to find some way to do that that doesn't create some massive new burden on yourself or your organization. Because, of course, that's one of the big problems is that you're already overworked. With what we do, we're looking for ways to maximize your time, uh, get you more focused on doing the things that you really enjoy doing, the things that are really important in your community, the things that get big results. Stay focused on those and let us help.
And, as we got into that, we knew that we had to build those systems because they just weren't always in place. We've spent years making all of the forms, the toolkits, the videos, the templates that get people to volunteer, that get people to donate, that get people to become a member in almost every context, from mailings to petitions to sign ins to events. And these are a lot of the challenges that stand between you and more donors and more members and that kind of recognition. All of these steps, from finding people, you've got to figure out who the people are that you want to target, to approaching them. You've got to find the time to compose a message and send it to them, to getting them on a 1-by-1 format. Because sometimes it's not a mass message that people respond to, it's one-to-one human connection. And that's always the most effective thing. And then once you've gone through all of those steps, making sure that the digital infrastructure matches that so that when they are motivated and they are ready to make a commitment, they are ready to get your next messaging. They're ready to come to the next event. They're ready to be part of what you're making just in the long term. So that brings us to showcase videos. And like we said, if you're having so many of these conversations, you're talking and talking and talking, especially when it's a year's worth of work that you've done here. Um, it just becomes important for you to be able to do all of that at once. You can easily get burned out trying to summarize a year for 50 donors or 60 donors. It's great to have those one-to-one conversations, but uh, it can only scale so much. Making a video like this helps make it easier for you to scale because you can capture that entire year. So now, instead of spending 8 minutes going through your eventful year, you can say, hey, watch our showcase video. And you can make those 8 minutes extremely powerful, extremely detailed, and extremely consistent. Sometimes there's a gap of there's only 1 or 2 people that know everything that's going on inside of your organization. With a video like this, suddenly everybody in your organization has the tools to be an evangelist for what you do in the strongest possible way.
And there's a couple of important factors to what these showcase videos can provide you that I want to highlight because these showcase videos, they lead directly to more engagement, more donations, more membership. We can track that. in just seeing the orgs that take advantage of this and produce this kind of end of year content. They get pretty immediate results in most cases when they take these end of year videos to their like large galas and December fundraisers and things like that. And those are some of the big ones. If you have a video like this and you take that to that event, then it's no longer so challenging to get people to grasp what are they giving money to, why should they give you another $1,000 this year, etc. It's like, hey, look at what we did with your money last year. Boom, right here in a beautiful video. That gets people's attention quickly. The other great thing about it is that it's content that doesn't go stale.
Oh yeah.
Um, you make this showcase video. Our clients that do end of the year showcase videos with us, they use those showcase videos for the rest of the year because it's great content that shows what the organization has been up to. And also, of course, one of our specialties here at Ghost Coast Video is making content have a longer shelf life than you might have thought that it would have. And so with these showcase videos, we look for opportunities to create alternate versions, shorter cuts, just different ways that people can potentially engage with this content.
Yeah, on social media, different posts have different half-lives. If you make a TikTok video, it can be there and gone tomorrow. If you make an Instagram video, a couple of days or a day, and then it kind of falls off the radar, especially once it scrolls down and it's off the fold. With something like this, the half-life is the entire year because it's long form and it's attention grabbing. I think these videos, they have different parts. You're going to be asking for testimonials, collecting images, making graphics, making video, creating reels, music. There's a lot. We're Without too much further ado, let's just show it. And Kennedy, you were so instrumental to producing this video. I just love for you, like we're watching Conan O'Brien or something. You just say when you want to add something and we'll pause it. There's so much to share. I'm going to bring this video up.
So a little birdie told me that you are leaving Detroit Action. Like, what? But no, seriously, so great to get to share space and work with you in the multiple different capacities of a year. Watching you and the work of the organization and your leadership, it's just something that I have truly admired for your authenticity, your tenacity, and the way you build community culture.
Wow, can we just stop right there for a second and say, what a great punchy start to the video, right? Uh, uh, the advantage of the way that we like to do these showcase videos of getting your community members, your organizers, and everyone to participate and send in these type of testimonials is that they say really wonderful stuff. When you get your biggest supporters to come in and speak on your behalf, they're going to say really nice things about you and authentically. And that's something that you can't always replicate with just, actors or with people that are staff members that maybe feel burnt out and don't have that same vision because they're too in the trenches of the day-to-day slog to see it the way that these folks see it.
It's actually really interesting because everybody who we work with says really nice things about us, and they've had really nice things said about them. If you've gone to an event and if you're doing like really valuable work, you probably worked with somebody who's been impacted by it, and they've shared it in a way that's really eloquent and really memorable. But often, like once that event is over, it's over, and all of the work that you put in is kind of all of those words, all of those memories, they just kind of hit the air and then they're gone. With something like this, you can see it for a long time to come. And it's even if it's the first time that somebody's seen what your mission is or who you are, you've got it. And the other thing that I want to add is just the graphics and the text. They all tell much more of a story than any of these elements might tell by themselves. It takes a lot of production to kind of unify these things so that even if you're a person that is you're visual, or if you're text inclined, or if you like audio, or whatever your learning style is, you're learning about the value of this person and this organization.
And just lift up the other folks around you, right? I love talking to good people doing good work. And I just really, respect what you do and how you do it. Not to mention the little Prince falsetto that you bust out every once in a while. You're going to have to come back to IDP for karaoke specifically.
What up, though? This is Nancy A. Parker, Executive Director of the Detroit Justice Center, coming to you to say congratulations, Brandon. So happy for you. So proud of you. I still remember when I moved back to Michigan and people were telling me all the dope orgs in the city doing great work. And of course, Detroit Action was at the top of that list. And someone was like, yeah, because Brandon Snyder, da da da. I was like, wait, the Brandon Snyder? And lo and behold, it turned out it was you, my man from Michigan, staying over at Woodbury Gardens together. I cannot believe it. I'm so immensely proud of you.
Hey, Brandon, huge congratulations on everything that you've accomplished at Detroit Action. And I just wanted to give you the most heartfelt thank you for myself personally and also professionally. I know that Rising Voices wouldn't have been able to get started without all of your help.
I am so grateful to have had our paths cross when they did, in a time where I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was hungry for something. And it was you being one of the first leaders that introduced me to organizing for power that really shapes how I do the work today. And I am eternally grateful for that.
Brandon is the reason that I am an active citizen and continuing to grow in that space in my life. If it was not for Brandon starting his career back in undergrad and encouraging me to learn more and be a voter and all of those things, I probably wouldn't be the person that I am today.
Again, we got some incredible footage to come in for this one. Actually, let's bring this back up for a second just to show again, the process here. So, we came to the community here. We reached out to folks inside Detroit Action, folks in other organizations, folks in the community, and we said, anybody that wants to participate, come tell us what this work has meant to you, what Brandon Snyder's work has meant to you.
And that's actually really worth pointing out. We were able to get people from other organizations that were just in the loop, and there's just nothing that's more credible than just people who aren't on the payroll and they're working somewhere else in town, but your work has had an impact on them and the work that they're able to do and what their capacity is. And it means that you just don't have to ask as much what the value is of what you're doing, because it's just recognized elsewhere. It's recognized everywhere. And so for those donors or those volunteers, now just this entire burden of proof is flipped, and it's on them to learn maybe a little more about what you're doing. And you're not just constantly just chasing this dragon of proving yourself and your credibility. This is something where your credibility is locked in for a long time, thanks to stuff like this.
Yeah, having these organizers from other great Detroit organizations like Rising Voices come in and speak positively about Brandon Snyder and the work that Detroit Action is doing was very effective on donors. And this is this was a situation where this beloved executive director is stepping down. That can make donors a little shy. Let's be real.
That's true.
That can make donors a little nervous. But a video like this helped to turn it around by emphasizing just how much impact Detroit Action has had in the community and will continue to have in the community. And it was extremely effective at the December fundraiser, where there was few dry eyes by the end of this
I tell
video.
you.
But let's get back to it so that you'll see why.
Yeah, keep going here.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for your dedication, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future.
This part was also really fun. We asked folks that have known Brandon Snyder for a long time to send in some archival photos of him. And you'll see those throughout the entire thing, but I think this middle section in particular had a couple of the nicest photos that just really helped to show how this guy's just been out here doing this work. And just really helped to put together the whole narrative of the video, made it really compelling and fun for everyone involved. And of course, by letting folks in the community submit this stuff, then when the video played live before everybody and nobody knew exactly what was in it yet, they're all go, "Hey, that's that photo of me and
Yeah.
Brandon in college. That's awesome." And those moments just, really help to bring the community together and just make it a really fun thing.
Yeah, no, I just love that you just had so much time elapsed and you could see different settings. You could see things change over time, and it really emphasizes the level of commitment. And that's something that people talk about all the time as we go through this video, just the sheer level and steadiness of the commitment that went into making this happen.
Yeah.
Brandon, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you these last few years. Your resilience and your honesty are truly admirable. Seeing your interactions with DA staff members, it's clear that you don't take yourself too seriously, and yet you command a great deal of respect. That's a true testament to your skills and your ability as an ED. Your commitment to the liberation of Black and Brown communities, not only in Detroit, but globally, is a high standard for advocacy.
Just wanted to say thank you and send a video of gratitude for all of the things that you've done on behalf of Black and Brown folks in the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan. All the things that you've done on my behalf. I truly consider you a brother. Anytime I pick up the phone, you're there, willing to help, and you're unapologetic in your values. So that's really all we can ask for in a leader. And I'm really grateful for you and for all you've done. Can't wait to see what's next. I know it's going to be something that you would continue to help us, help folks you're in community with in a very unapologetic way and with your values. So from myself, from the folks here at Progress Michigan, for folks across the city, thank you so much.
I thank you for your many years of leadership at Detroit Action. I want to thank you for also developing me into the organizer I am today, and really empowering my leadership and challenging my powerless thoughts into powerful actions, and really just sharpening my toolbox to be the best organizer I can be.
Getting to actually do the work alongside you has been a completely different experience, like enriching, and really gave me a newfound respect to know the ways that you cultivate relationships, to see the nonstop hours you put in, and to watch you demonstrate leadership. Like, it's been a pleasure the whole way.
Working with you at Detroit Action was really life-changing and formative for me, and it was such a privilege and an honor, and I'm so excited to see what happens next for you. So best wishes and huge congratulations again.
I am incredibly grateful for your leadership and the space and the compassion that you've given me since working together. I only hope to model that and grow the type of movement that continues to invest in people and empower the way that you have helped shape that in myself and in my work and in my organizing. I know this is not goodbye, rather just to see you later in a different form. I will never forget what.
Just want to point out here, you'll see some of the same folks show up in this video a couple of times, and that's because a lot of these folks sent in pretty lengthy testimonials, and that was great. It meant that we had a lot of footage to work with. We got to pick and choose some of the best messaging, and I think again, just comes back to just the advantage of this kind of video of getting folks in the community to come speak, is that they will tend to say a lot of interesting things, some of them. They will have a lot of insightful moments, and finding the ways to sort of cut those together into a nice narrative was a fun challenge for us here at Ghost Coast Video, and we turned it into something that I think flows really nicely.
It flows really nicely, and we didn't even get all of the testimonials in there. There was just a huge outpouring of just genuine emotion, and the stuff that's in these videos, it's impossible to make this as marketing material. It's impossible to fake. It is just completely authentic in a way that doesn't need any sort of pitchmanship. It just is what it is.
One of the first lessons that you agitated me around, but also very graciously said to me, which was be nosy. I will never let that go. It's one of my favorite stories to tell people. And it's done me some good being nosy. So thank you so much again, Brandon, for everything you've done.
So that no matter what you do, Brandon, it's going to be magic. And you are one of the dopest brothers, I think, that are doing organizing, and your commitment to community, your commitment to your people, and however that's defined, is just a really beautiful thing to watch. And so I salute you, my brother, and I wish you all the best as you make your way on to the next thing.
Move on, just know that you will be greatly, greatly missed. There's some big shoes to fill. Who else will effortlessly rock a pink Fashion Nova fit at a retreat? So I wish you all the best, and I hope our paths cross in the future and we can collab again.
Brandon, we've been tight for almost 20 years, so we'll probably be tight for like 20 more. But I just want to make sure that I show respect, show love. I know it's going to be hard for people to envision this organization without you at the head of it, but the work you've put in gives me all the confidence in the world that we've got the skills and experience to do it. So I appreciate the things you've taught me. I appreciate the trails you've blazed for all of us, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
Everything that you've done for Detroiters, for Black folks, for everyone. We're entirely grateful and indebted to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just privileged and proud to be able to call you a brother, a comrade, someone that I know was down for the fight, is gonna swing and do everything for the people of the city, for Black people all over the world. So I'm immensely proud of you. Can't wait to see what you cook up next. You know, you got everybody's vote, whatever it is. We're there at the ballot box, whatever you need us to do, we're showing up. But I love you from the depths of my heart, brother. Congratulations and Godspeed.
What a great project. Lot of fun to do, powerful stuff, compelling messages, and put together into a final product that looks nice, sounds nice, that people were excited to watch, that people are still excited to watch, because again, this content, it's basically evergreen for the rest of this year. And in fact, it's probable that, this video might see even longer use than some showcase videos, because, for years to come, folks might want to know a little bit about the story of Brandon Snyder, this executive director that was so beloved, and people can just pull up this video and say, this is what he was about.
And who knows what Brandon will be doing next? Who knows? It'll be a great introduction, hopefully, to a great many people. Who knows? What a mystery. So I also want to talk to people about how can they incorporate this into their own organizing, into their own organization. What are some first steps? Kennedy, if you don't mind, I'm going to put up a hint. All right, you keep going here.
That's a great hint. Yeah. So if you've watched this and you thought, wow, this seemed like a great project, and I would love to have something like this for my organization this year, you should reach out. ghostcoast.video/call. And we have a number of ways that we work with nonprofit organizations on short-term and long-term bases. We have a number of ways that you can benefit from using our content to directly grow your membership, directly grow your donors, directly increase engagement and recognition. And it could even help with things like, let's say you want to go meet your state senators and get them talking about your issues. Well, if they've already seen your videos online, they're a lot more likely to take you seriously as somebody that they need to talk to. And that's just the facts. Come chat with us. We'd be happy to tell you more about the great work that we've been doing. We'd love to hear more about the work that you're doing and get involved in your causes and help you to produce content like this that could vastly increase your reach and your membership next year.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this has been a half an hour and we've covered so much. We covered all the details here. And if you want to have this experience for yourself, ghostcoast.video/call. This is Brandon, and for Kennedy, it's just been great spending time with you virtually. That's what it's all about. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, we'll talk to you again after a while. Bye-bye.